So here's a question that deals with rational expressions. And a lot of students have a problem when they have this kind of question. It's fractions on top of fractions. So what I advise my students to do, just take this here, start working with this first. So the first thing you want to do is factor the y squared minus 1 into y minus 1, y plus 1. And that is your difference of squares plus, and that you could factor out by taking out the greatest common factor, x, and then you get 1 minus y. And it's divided by, so this here is divided by, now you're dividing by this, because just know this here, this right here, this is the main fraction, and this means division. So I'm just going to change all of this to division, and I'm dividing by this. So I'm just going to rewrite this. And at the same time, I'm going to factor x, y minus 1. I'm taking x out as the greatest common factor, minus 2, and that's the difference of squares. So y minus 1, y plus 1. Now I'm just gonna do a little bit of trick here. You see how this is 1 minus y, and we have a y minus 1 here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cross this out right here and make it y minus 1. But to be able to do this, I have to cross out this sign and make it minus. So instead of plus, now change the sign to minus, and that allows you to do that. So the first thing we're gonna do with the first one here is do common denominator, and my common denominator is going to be x, y minus 1, and y plus 1 here. So you know this has the x and the y minus 1 already, but it's missing the y plus 1. So if I multiply this by y plus 1 and I do the same thing to this, then we did the common denominator for that. And here, you know, it's missing the x, so I'm just going to multiply this by the x, and then I do the same thing to the top. So what I'm going to end up with is 2x minus 3 times y is going to be 3y. But remember, there's a minus here. So this minus 3 times positive 1 is going to be minus 3. Pay attention to this, because when it's a minus here, lots of people, they write plus 3 here, but you look at this as negative 3. So negative 3 times positive 1 is going to be negative 3. Okay. Divided by, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to do common denominator for that part as well. And the common denominator is x, y minus 1, and y plus 1. So I know I have to multiply this here by y plus 1 to match it with the common denominator here. And I do the same thing to the top. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. And here I'm going to multiply this by x to make it the same common denominator, and whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So I'm going to get this. Now I multiply this into here. I'm going to get 3y plus 3 minus 2x. And now here I have 2x minus 3y minus 3 over x, y minus 1, y plus 1. And I'm going to change this division to multiplication, since now it's one fraction. It's not two fractions like here. And flip the divisor. So this is going to be x, y minus 1, y plus 1 all over. And you know what? I'm going to write this in degree order here. So I'm just going to write it as, or alphabetical order. So negative 2x plus 3y plus 3. So now if you look at this, the bottom of this and the top of this are the same, so you could cancel them out. You cannot say I'm going to cancel anything. Like, you're not going to say I'm going to cancel the 2x with the 2x here. You're not allowed to do that, because it's a minus and a minus here and a plus there. So you're not allowed to do that. So your answer will be 2x minus 3y minus 3 You know what I could do though? I could factor out the negative 1 from all of this. So I'm just going to factor out a negative Sorry, that's 2x right here. You just write that here. Forgot to write the x right there. So that's 2x minus 3y. And as I said here, I'm going to factor out a -1. And when I factor out -1, the negative 2x becomes positive. That's a sign changer, and that becomes minus 3y. And that becomes minus 3 because it's -1. It's a sign changer. And now, as you see, this, all of this and all of this are the same. Now you're allowed to cancel the whole thing with the whole thing. So you get 1 on top. And then 1 divided by -1 just gives you -1. And that is the answer for this question. It looks complicated, but if you break it down, it's not so bad. Okay. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye-bye.